Gets to the store, and he's surrounded by a bunch of annoying kids who want their comics, who want their half-off comics, and he's just being bombarded by these annoying kids at this store for like a few hours. At the same time, his stomach is growling from the burrito that he swiped from that woman while he was panic running to the comic book shop.
What was that? Oh, that doesn't feel right. Oh man, I think that cookie dough was fighting that taco I found in the parking lot.
Out of pure annoyance and fed up with these freaking kids, he attempts to fart on Mike's face, only to shit himself instead.
Holy shit, I just shit myself.
The next day, we catch up with Marcus, and we learn that while he's doing better, Maria, who he's now secretly dating, has been going through it, alternating between depression and mania. Additionally, we learn Marcus has started working at a comic book shop, and Saya's been on the case of finding Chico's kidnapper. In the present, Marcus gets invited to a supposedly legendary party thrown by Lex, who's like an old school punk. Shabnam asks to come along, but Marcus just kind of ditches him.
It's such high school shit. Like, it's just like, the poor kid is like, I want to come and get involved, and like, I want to be cool for a day, and he's like, no. Stay home.
It's like we said, it's kind of just edgy high school.
Yeah.
You'll rue this day, you'll rue it!
At the party, Lex roasts every one of his guests, and Marcus, having no self-awareness, is like, you talk a lot of shit for someone who's also a poser. So Saya drags Marcus away from the party, and the two share a moment smoking cigarettes together and almost kissing when they're interrupted by an arrow flying at them.
Wow!
Thinking their mystery archer is Lex, Marcus chases after them only to see the perpetrator is actually Maria, jealous and crazed that Saya was going to steal Marcus away from her. Despite saying she's crazy, the two kiss and make up as Saya watches from afar.
Kiss and make up, bro. They straight up fucking this graveyard, bro. It's kind of wild.
I told you that bitch crazy.
Listen, when you're horning in a teenager, there's no thought process.
That is true. That's true.
A few moments later.
So scene change over to a place called the Tenderloin. We see Fuckface is crashing with his cousins. I don't know if they're actually related or not.
No, they're related. They're all related. Pretty related.
We'll get to that.
Get down here now, you inbred trash!
But they're the inbred villains from this issue's opening, and we learn that he's trying to become a famous serial killer with an MO and everything. Of course, his cousins keep fucking up his MO, which pisses him off. We also learn that the woman from earlier spots Saya as she discovers where they're hiding out. Finally, we've seen change over once again to Masterlin's office as it's revealed that Shabnam turned over Marcus's journal to Masterlin.
Feel the root. You're finished!
Here's the thing, right? Like, off camera, I think like last week, I asked you about, because you reread it a little bit ahead of time than I did. And I was like, hey, like, what did you think of this issue? And they're like, oh, like, what do you think of Marcus? And your immediately response, I think, was like, yo, like, he gets a few, even though he's an edgy boy, he gets the little points down because, you know, how he treats women.
Yeah. So,
yeah.
What you need to understand is my respecting women levels will always come before my respecting edgy boys levels.
Transitions to the cafeteria, and basically Marcus apologizes to Shabnam about, you know, how he decided to like abandon him by going to this party, and he's his friend. He doesn't deserve that, so he's gonna try to be better for him, which is really nice, sweet moment. Then he notices Saya and then abandons him again at the lunch table.
Got him. We fucking got him.
Saya trying to invite Marcus to this like concert that's happening. But Marcus is like, nah, like I think Maria wants me to stay and like comfort her, and he's like, yeah. So if you change your mind, you know where I'll be at. Marcus then transitions to Maria. Marcus going to Maria's window when noticing that she's literally like drowning herself in tequila and crying, and he's just stunned by it. And as a boyfriend should, he goes up to her and comforts her, and that it's really sweet. Just kidding. No, he just goes to the fucking concert.
Emotional damage!
It's such a good sequence of him being like, damn, I should really do something about that, but I'm not going to.
I'm not going to.
And you can come on the bus. Psych!
He meets up with Sai at this concert, and Sai is trying to convince Marcus, listen, like, have some fun for a change, like, before you
Join
have
the mosh pit.
yeah, doing this raid, like, join the mosh pit with us. He's like, that's not my thing, and like, she basically drags him into it, and I love the fact that, like, she acknowledged that, yeah, like, people always think that mosh pits are about violence, but no, they're actually about, like, it's a dance of camaraderie and exuberance, and it's just everyone trying, like, all the weirdos and freaks just like congregating with each other, and it's very fun. And he ends up going inside of it, and he seems to have a good time. While he's smoking, she asks for a cigarette, and basically the fact that, like, he notices that, like, one of her fingers is missing, is missing, and asks, hey, like, what's the deal with that? And it says, like, we don't really know much about each other, like, what's going on, like, I feel like, you know so much about me. It's like, yeah, I'm your sponsor, like, that's my job. It's like, yeah, but like, it should be reciprocated a little bit more. Know what I mean? Like, come on, let me get to know more about you. And like, you can't just be like, all dark and mysterious forever. And she looks at him, and Marcus looks at her, and they end up going to the alley and she kisses him. And the book ends with him saying that, like, he, for a second while that happened, he thought about Maria as a concerned boyfriend, and what an asshole he was for even, like, that he left her the way he did, and going to this concert, but only for a second, and it just passes, and he just embraces everything with Saya. That's how issue 9 ends.
You are such a whore.
Again, I am not giving Marcus points for cheating on his girlfriend, even if she is crazy.
That's true.
But I do like the relationship they're building with him and Saya. I like their, like, connection, how they are slowly, like, opening up to each other.
Mm-hmm.
I just wish he wasn't cheating on his girlfriend. Yeah.
I get it.
I have.
2 hours later.
Marcus waking up in a random park, hungover, confused, naked, and next to Saya. And he realizes that he cheated on Maria with her best friend, and also remembers that he's late to open the comic book shop that he works at because, there's a really big sale happening. So out of pure panic of what's going on, he runs to the shop in absolute panic and leaves Saya alone in the park by herself, which he's pissed off about. So again, Marcus, off to a wonderful start.
Stop the cap. Stop the cap right now. Stop the cap.
While he's on the run, he thinks about his betrayal to Maria, how he sees Saya and how he sees Saya as a person, how he thinks that, like, she sees me, she, like, makes me feel whole, I'm with her, all this other stuff. But also the fact that, like, he recalls, because, he was drunk, he recalls the fact that he idiotically told Saya that he loved her while they were having sex, which makes him seem like he's even forced. Yeah.
Well, that fucked up. You fucked up, not
You
that.
fucked up. You fucked up. You fucked up.
While Lex, Marcus, and Saya charge in, they find the rooms empty, confused, and put off guard. They realize that they're led to an ambush by Fuckface and his family. And full-on shootout happens. And it cuts to Saya hopping through a window, and while she hears all the gunfire outside, one of his inbred cousins comes out of the closet and whacking her in the face, and they get into a scuffle. PCP woman is beating the shit out of Saya. Her opponent gets the upper hand on her, and has her pinned down and puts her own sword up to her own throat. And while fighting her, while she's in the scuffle, she notices Maria perched by the window, and doing absolutely nothing and just watching. And Maria goes up to Saya while she's down and while she's literally fighting for her life, and just says,
"You fucked him, didn't you?"
What an ending.
Dude, right? It's kind of wild.
Exciting. Ooh. I love it.
Shit is real! Shit is getting real! Woo!
We get to see more Like now, the aftermath of what happened last issue with Marcus sleeping with Saya. But here's the thing, right? Like even though he does feel guilty, which is great. That means he's a human. Good on you, Marcus. But that also, like, you kind of tell that, like, you know, when the way he talks about Saya, like, you know, like when he talks about Saya and like that and that experience that they shared together, he isn't mad about it either. Like he because he like even said like, yeah, like he understands, like, yeah, like even though I'm with Maria and I betrayed her, like I still have this connection with Saya that like I feel good about, and it makes me feel happy. That makes all the problems go away. Like, which in this case with Maria, their relationship, even though, yeah, like he cares about Maria and like she's his girlfriend, but like them being together is causing more problems.
We could have been a good couple. We could have had something special. But you one crazy ass bitch.
You know?
Yeah. And they talk, I don't know which issue it is, but they talk about like how it's almost like he was kind of coerced into that relationship because she did kill Chico for him.
And it's, yeah, like, and especially like when we've seen, you know, how Saya and Marcus have kind of like slowly been opening themselves up to each other as friends. Like, you can tell when he said that, like, I love you while they were having like amazing like drunk sex, he kind of low-key meant it. Like, he meant it. Like, you know, because I don't think he's ever said that to Maria so far.
Yeah. But then again, Saya didn't say she loved him, so
that's true. We just saw her. We just saw her look like a fucking demon. Like, we just saw her like a demon smiling at this man. It's just kind of wild.